See. Okay, so now it's recording again. Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure you cannot minimize Zoom when you are recording. Oh, okay. Well, fine then. Oh yeah, the other one's converting. Okay, perfect. Great. Yeah, so I was going to say, when we really start to like bring in the fun, everything becomes a lot easier. It won't feel as daunting. It won't feel as long. It won't feel as challenging, right? So really, like, instead of trying to find the perfect words, or instead of trying to, like, let's say the exercises, just as an example, instead of trying to find, like, satisfy maybe Caitlin or I, or the way that the exercise is supposed to be done, or the pressure of what it's going to look like if somebody else reads yours inside the group or anything like that, when you are outside of yourself, creating from that space, right? It feels a lot harder than what it actually would feel like if you were connected from the spirit, right? Where it just flows. And I'm sure, I mean, we've all been there, right? I'm sure we can feel the moments when we're connected and the moments when we're in our head, right? Thinking about other people and if how they'll perceive it, and if it's going to be good enough, and if it's going to get them kicked out. You know, like, so it's so not just for the sprint, like incorporating the fun for the sprint, but also it's for business, right? Because I'll tell you, like, the why videos and the posting and the conversations that you're going to have, when people can feel the fun aspect and can see that you're taking your business with you, it doesn't have to be like you always like sitting down at a planned time to write something, or you at a planned time doing a video, right? It's in those impromptu moments that in our head we can feel are going to make us look like an amateur, but it's not. When we're in the flow of our life naturally and we have this moment of inspiration, we just really quickly like snap it, you know, even if it's just for like a quick minute or whatever it is, we're in a different space. We shine differently. You know, our inspiration is speaking and coming through us in a completely different way. And people can feel when we're in that flow of life and when we're still connected to the full love and joy of our life while doing it, they can feel it. Whereas if we are like, okay, I've got these 2 hours and I'm going to go out and I have to get this video made, or I'm going to, like, I have to get this ad written or whatever. And we block ourselves off from our family and the rest of the world. And we isolate in this space of, I have to get it perfect in these 2 hours, right? You feel the difference in that, even just when I'm explaining it? Oh, they're both pointing at each other. I am leaving that one alone. You guys can duke that out. It's so again, like, I know you guys have heard people talking about it, but like really utilizing voice notes. Like if you're driving or if you're walking or you're with your friends don't care if you stop to take a photo or if you stop to take a 30-second video, or it's the way that you are around it. Like if you're nervous and weird about it and you're like, you know, like they're only being nervous or weird off of your feeling, right? If you're like, you know, my goal for today was to get 3 30-second videos. Do you want me to can you help me with it? Do you mind just holding the camera for me real quick? Right? They're going to be so thrilled that you asked and that you involved them. Honestly, like people who really love you, care about you, friends and stuff, they want to do that kind of stuff.
Exactly. If they're true friends, they won't care.
Yeah. 100%.
They're not. They're
and
just,
like,
so yeah.
And so many times they actually want to get in on it, but they don't want to like interrupt you, or they don't even know what they would say or whatever. So in a scenario where you're with your friends, there's no reason why you can't pull your work in for a minute. Your work, I say work as if it's, you know, there's no reason, right? Including our kids, including our family, including our friends, wherever we are, right? Do you know, like, some of the best clips are when you're at like a barbecue or a bonfire or at your friend's place when there's people in the background and you just like sneak off far enough that there's still noise and stuff behind you and people behind you. But like you do a 30-second, doesn't have to be really anything about anything, you know, just the happiness, the joy, the laughter, the community, the amount of people that are there, the connection, the relationships, all of that shines through. That you can take the business with you on the go, wherever you are. That's what it reads, right? So I guess the reason for starting to say that is really starting to think about incorporating fun in your business instead of seeing writing your ads as a separate space, taking your videos as a separate space, your why videos as a separate space, your exercises as a separate space, right? How can we integrate them? Can you do exercises when you're at the kitchen table and your kids are around, or when your husband's around? Or can you ask for somebody's opinion? Hey, my head's all boggled now, it's foggy and I can't, you know, can you just read this for me and see how it sounds? Like, does it sound funny? Ask for opinions, ask for feedback. Do you know that some of the best ideas are actually through hearing somebody's idea and then you add to it and they add to it and you add to it and then boom, it's like, holy crap, that's an awesome idea. You know, involve other people. Don't make the business lonely. Let's say it that way. Because even though we all have each other inside of the chats, when we're out there and when we're doing all of this stuff, right, it doesn't have to be lonely. Involve other people. You know, just even asking, like, you can make content around asking people questions about their life, questions about their job, questions about their happiness, questions about their relationship. How do you feel about this? How do you know, what was the best experience? What was the best place you ever traveled to? All of that kind of stuff. Use people as your content, you know? What was that? All I saw was the camel mouth.
Sorry. That's really good advice. That's really good. I know. I'm just tired. That's all.
I know you are. I know. You're on a different time zone. Totally get it.
Oh, no. I'm just 1 a.m. club messaging you chat at 1 a.m. Yeah, those are really good tips for sure. Love it.
Yeah. It becomes a totally different feeling, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, we'll start feeling a lot more of that, like as we're going to be moving into a lot of the why videos and like writing our ads and conversations with people, and how you bring that fun into the conversation too, instead of a just dry, hey, did you watch the replay? You know, there's so many ways that you can make that fun. Pick a moment inside of the webinar and be like, hey, did you see when Crystal said blah, blah, blah? I totally thought of you when she said that, because I know you've got whatever, dog or 3 kids. I don't know. I don't really know your kid's situation, Crystal. Sorry. I made that up. 3? Okay, that's a pretty good guess. Do you have a dog? No dog. Okay.
No, 2 cats.
Cat. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So in wrapping up, guys, again, just incorporating the fun, because there's no wrong answers inside of any of these exercises. Let's just say it that way, right? There's no wrong answers. So it's like, yes, there are ways that you'll get more benefit out of everything, but at the end of the day, just write whatever comes to you. You know, just even you showing up and putting in the effort and getting words out on paper, starting to get creative ideas flowing, or being part of the group energy. Like, it's, you know, don't put so much pressure, because then we'll get in our heads and it will take us a lot longer, or it will make it feel way more daunting and we won't have as much fun with it. Right?
That's like what Sam said in the training the other night. You know, he did 3 videos, and out of the 3 videos, you know, he was trying to get perfection, right? Because, you know, that's what we think. We want to get perfection. And the last one being the best one, but in actuality, the first one is the one that got all the hits, you know? And so it's just that, you know, people want to see our true selves. And it's okay if we have a blooper in it, you know.
It's amazing.
America likes funny, right? So it's just
people don't want you to be perfect.
No, they don't, because people aren't perfect.
Exactly.
People are not perfect. And
if you come across as perfect in your videos, they're like kind of intimidated and they're like, I don't
Exactly.
want to be judged, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So just
wanna-
be you.
There's, give me 1 second, you guys.
Uh-huh.
I don't have it here. Okay, so I just want to give you a quick example because this is something we may or may not do inside of, I haven't even talked to Caitlin about it, but this is something that I used to do with my team was when we started doing the why videos, if we focused every single day and did a 90-second video, if we did sorry, let me start that again. Back up, delete. Take it away, start fresh. Okay. Every single day, if we made it our focus to do 3 takes on a 60-second why video, so that's technically 3 minutes, but let's just say 15 minutes, half an hour, even if you want to, if you really, really, really try way too hard and do way too many and you're hard on yourself and you start over again. But if we did 3, if we did 3 a day, right? That's 21 a week that we have to choose from. And if you break that down into the month, I think the number was, what was it? I think it was 91 I got on my paper. If there was 31 days, I don't know. It's too late here. Don't ask
Yeah,
me
it is. Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah. That's 91 different takes that we have to choose from in a 1-month span.
Wow.
How many, like when we look at it on a bigger scale like that,
Yeah.
3 minutes a day, dedicated for 30 days, and you have 91 different takes to choose from. Do you not think that we could find a couple of like really, really,
Good
really
ones.
high converting ones in there?
Yeah.
At least 4 out of 91? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
For
what I
sure.
used to like to do is there was 21 takes at the end of a 1 week period. And we would pick our favorite one out of the 21 and then we would boost that one, or we would place that one as an ad, whatever strategy we were using at the time, and do that, pick one for the week, right?
Yeah.
It's powerful, right?
I'm with Rachel on that. It'd be like, how many do you choose? You know, oh, I like this one. Oh, I like this one. Yeah. Oh, I don't like that
I'd be
one.
overwhelmed with
That's
that
the
many
beautiful thing about
videos.
testing. And the thing is that you can use them as content in unpaid areas as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
But even inside of the boosting, you can do it for $1 a day, which doesn't break the bank. And
No.
you can never do too many because you're building
Right.
an audience to like, love, and trust you.
Right. Because I remember what he said when you're doing a conversion ad. Well, don't tell me. When you're doing
How do you know what
when
you're
you're
saying?
doing when you're doing a conversion ad, you're not doing a call to action, right? Oh
Yeah,
no,
you are.
wait. The conversion call is you're trying to convert into action. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then the other one is just you don't want to boost it or anything. You just want to go straight and you don't want to call to action. You just getting it out there.
Yeah. So that's, I don't know if you watched the one that Caitlin posted. Was that today's? I'm behind on it. Was that today's?
Yeah, where
Stephanie?
they said
Yeah,
that
the
you
why
should
videos?
always have a conversion ad running.
I haven't watched that one yet. So,
That one?
Today, for tomorrow,
but
about the why videos.
so the why videos are no call to action. So the why videos are
Right.
just straight value. You don't want to ask anything of them because that's when people start to pull back a little bit. They're like, oh, see, I knew they wanted me to show up to a
Do
webinar
something.
or buy
Yeah.
something or click something, you know, like
Mhm.
you don't want to ask anything of them. It's just straight value. So yes, we still do boost those. So we'll boost those for $1 a day, but that's just so we get more reach. We're not actually looking to convert anybody off of that specific one. We'll go more into depth in it, but basically we start building an audience, and then off of that specific audience, we can start hitting the exact same people with different videos. So they see us once, they see us twice, they see us 3 times, they see us 4 times. It's very intentional, right? Usually around that like 6th or 7th time of seeing our face, we're implanted and they know exactly who we are. We're now part of our audience. so that when we finally hit them with an actual offer, like a conversion ad where we get them to click a link or we're actually asking something of them, we're not just a stranger to them now. They've seen us and they're like, I really like her. Every time I watch her, she's got a great message. So then when we
Right.
place an offer in front of them, they're like, yeah, I trust her. Yeah, let's see what she does. See what she's talking
Yeah.
about, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. It's really cool. And don't worry if none of that, like if some people didn't catch that, it's totally good. We're going to go into all of that. It will be
Yeah.
crystal clear. We're going to hold everybody's hand along the way. So it's no problem.
Yeah, it really breaks it down in the training. That's how I learned that. And I was able to say, oh, it was like a light bulb went on, right? It was like, oh my God, I'm understanding this lingo. I know exactly what they're talking about and it makes sense. And now I know. Yeah, it was just like an epiphany for me.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
That's a good moment. I love epiphany.
Yeah, it was, because I was so like, I don't know what they're, before I was like, I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's all good. It's for whatever reason. It's the timing, right? We hear different messages at different times.
Yes,
When we're ready.
exactly.
When we're ready
When
to
we're ready.
respond to something. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
And just because we think we're ready doesn't mean that we are ready. And that's
right.
how we fall back a little bit sometimes. And that's okay.
Totally.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
know,
so there's a couple of different strategies. I don't know exactly how we're going to roll it out into the group yet, but I was on with Landon and Stapes. Sorry, I just got to get rid of this. Where did that pop up from? There's another completely free strategy that we can be using inside of Facebook groups, right? That's very similar to the value videos, so that you have a place to put all of your people and just keep hitting them with value inside of your own Facebook group, right? And become an expert there. Does anybody follow SME, social media entrepreneur?
I was actually going to ask about that because I've seen that, but they were charging like $1,000 for the info for the free group. I was like, yikes, that's too much right now.
Was that last night when you were on?
No, that was like a few weeks ago, and then there was one last night. Oh my God, I love Stapes.
They're so good.
Yeah,
they're so good.
They're good.
So, yeah.
I know, I love him. But anyways, there was something last night, so I want to watch that. But they
definitely watch the replay for sure. It's highly valuable. I didn't purchase. They are selling their course for $1,000 to be able to work with them, and it's totally worth it. But I'm so laser focused here that I'm not going to spread myself thin. And that's exactly what I wrote on their post when I was saying what a great job they did. I said it's just, if I'm doing something, I'm going to give it my all. It's just not the right timing, right? But their course would probably be amazing. But they give enough information that now we know that Facebook groups are powerful. We know that the name is everything for when people are searching. We know that the links, so inside of a paid advertisement, and this maybe is going into in detail, so I'm sorry if it is not what anybody wants to hear, but I found it really interesting because they did the exact same ad. One of their ads had like an actual link to their landing page or to a webinar. And they had a lead cost on this one. Then they did the exact same paid advertisement. The only difference was the link was sending people to a Facebook group. And it got the lead cost down in half. That was the only thing, because it's less of a commitment. So when people see they're not going to a sales funnel, they're not going to a webinar, they're not going to an external link, they're going to a group, then they feel less of a commitment. They can go and they can watch, and there's, it's still paid advertisement. But instead of driving somebody to a sales offer, you're driving them to a value-based Facebook group. It's genius.
Oh, yeah, it is genius.
It's genius. So,
yeah.
It's so interesting about this is like, I had already made a video for you guys like 2.5 weeks ago before I even watched that, talking about how a strategy that I was personally going to do on my Facebook page and doing like a major shout out call on my personal Facebook page, which I never do, and taking anybody interested and plugging them into the group and telling them exactly what's inside of the group, and basically doing exactly, it's so funny sometimes how I'm sure you guys can all relate, how you're already thinking of something and then it shows up, and then you're like, damn, like, yeah, I'm right there with you.
I call that thought prophecy.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super
I
cool.
would love to pick your brain about that, Ash. If you're
Yeah.
going to do a group, I would like to chat with you more about that because I want to do that eventually,
Yeah.
or sooner
So-
than later, actually.
The reason why I haven't said anything inside the group yet, and I was talking to Caitlin about this, is because I was trying to figure out, like, is this something that we should do for our Sprint to Freedom group as a group for people that don't feel comfortable making their own group yet? Then we have a place to send them where we're doing like live, like go lives or screen shares or whatever inside, and then doing like every couple of weeks doing a live to drive them to the 99. I don't know, haven't figured it out yet, but if people are
I
not
have a question for you. What do you like? I know if you do a big group, like I know a lot of the bigger leaders have their own group. But if we were to do one, like Sid and I, is it almost like a different, like you're just sectioning off like a little sector from your business page and just doing like value-based posts and goal live videos, same sort of thing?
you're going to want it to be very specific to a certain thing, right? So watch the way the social media entrepreneurs watch inside of their group, right? And really focus on like exactly what they're doing. The other thing is that they're talking about the reach that you get on your business page is way less than the reach that you get as an actual group. Way less. So they're favoring, Facebook is favoring Facebook groups right now.
Groups. Yeah.
They're actually sending out like advertisements and stuff on TV.
Yeah.
I have another question while we're on this topic, since I'm talking to you. Since there's 10 people here or more, I'm just wondering if, for one, we're having some issues with ads. I'm just wondering if anyone here is running advertisements to cold traffic, and if they're having any luck, and if your ad dollars are actually reaching people, because right now we're not even able to reach anybody. It says like we can reach for $15, our reach is like 500 people, but it says 0 replies, and our ad just stopped working. So we don't even know how to get eyeballs on our offer. I'm just wondering if anyone is having luck with cold traffic, send message.
Well, we should look at that. We should do a screen share and like go inside your back office and
I
actually
also
look. Let's dissect.
I scheduled a 1-hour call with Facebook.
Good.
Sid one a while ago, and I'm like, okay, enough. So I'm talking to Facebook on Monday.
Yeah.
Good.
Sometimes it goes into our optimizing. Sometimes it's better to do like different like bidding than just actually spending like a specific amount per day. There's like different strategies. Sometimes if you're willing to put $5, it's better to actually go into the bidding and do 501 or 502, right? Because it bumps you into a different category than just the $5 spenders, even though it's only 2 cents. It like bumps you. So there's all different. Let's do a screen share. I mean, still obviously keep your call with Facebook, but I'm telling you right now, Facebook is going to be driving everybody to Facebook groups because it's exactly what they want to see, right? Facebook is all about community. So they're trying to figure out how, of course, they can still like monetize because they're not going to give up the money, but bring back the community feel because of how many ads are on there, right? So they're definitely favoring Facebook groups. And that's what they're telling a lot of people. I'd be surprised if they didn't say that on your call.
So how do you get these people to your groups? Like you have previous leads, like the strong leads, like how do you like bring new people to your group per se from what you know?
Well, I mean, you can do people on your personal page. You can do people on your business page already that are inside of your bucket, right? But then you can do paid advertisement. So instead of driving the traffic to your landing page, you're driving the traffic to a Facebook group link. So it's still, but you're going to get more reach, right? Because of the way that you're optimizing. You're not optimizing with an actual like website or landing page link because they know what everything's linked to. So if it's linked to a Facebook group, your deliverability is going to be way higher.
Facebook.
So it's definitely something that we need to act on. If it's, honestly, if this feeling overwhelming to anybody, don't worry about it. It's all good. This is just something that we started talking about on the call. It's, you don't need to know right now. We will go over all of it once we figure out exactly how to do it really well as a group. I know that there's going to be some people who are totally comfortable starting their own group on the side. And then there's probably going to be some people who want to have a group there for them. I guess it would be very similar to like freelance marketing pros, except my vision for what the group would look like would be totally different. I mean, not totally different, but it would be more heart-based, let's say that. More heart, more soul, more real, more raw, you know, like Rise style. So that's exactly what Freelance Marketing Pros is doing. That's exactly what that group is.
Right.
It's just a centerpiece between this and that, right? So that's exactly what they made it for. So they're already leveraging that, but it's with all of the content that they want to be shown, right? So if we did one that's like Rise style with our own flair, right? That's something that we're gonna have to look at, because we definitely need to be, especially when it's free, like,
Yeah, for sure.
you know,
That's an
unless you
awesome
wanna pay
idea.
to it, but it's totally, yeah,
Yeah.
we should start leveraging all of that, right?
Most
But again,
definitely.
I just want to say, don't get overwhelmed. Like, if anybody's feeling like, holy shit, I'm way too new, and like, this is, you know, like, this feels intimidating, we have you every step of the way. Every
Yes.
day will be a tiny little piece of the cookie, right? Yeah. So does anybody have any questions or anything before we wrap up for the night? Or anybody want to add anything that you're feeling?
No, I'm just really appreciative of you taking the time to jump on tonight, and you know, the nuggets that we get when we are make ourselves available to come into these Zooms is just amazing. You know, if we hadn't showed up tonight, we wouldn't have heard some of the, you know, new things coming and the ideas. So yeah, it's just amazing.
Wait.
Yeah.
You guys, now that we have, like, we've got the runners, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have a lot of stuff opened up too that's really cool, and I really, 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 really want to spill the beans. But let me just say it this way. You're going to have, how can I say it that's not going to get me in trouble?
Don't do it.
You're basically going to be gifted something that's going to personalize your business all the way through with your own face. If you want to. You don't have to.
Amen.
You can use mine or somebody else's. But you know how, like, it's Julian's face right now?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be made so that it's each of you and your special flair all the way through.
Oh, nice.
And that's just one of the things, right?
Nice.
So there's a lot of cool stuff. Like, I'm working on videos right now that go over, like, things that we can send leads, that go over a lot of those videos that Dr. Michael does, just revamping so it's not like from the 70s, 80s, you know? Right? And like, actually, yeah. And so that whether you guys want somebody to hear about a magic, whether you want something on a compensation plan, whether you want something for AI, right? If you're not comfortable making your own videos yet, so that they're all in one place, right? Because there's so many little videos everywhere. Wouldn't it be nice to just have like one
bolt?
Powerful,
yeah.
Totally.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's lots of stuff. So, like, super, super proud of all of you guys, because, right, it's, you guys are here, you're putting in the work, you're showing up, you're dedicated. Like, you guys are the ones that that will actually really leverage it, right?
This isn't everyone in the sprint, right? There's
No.
there's more.
Oh, this isn't everybody. No, there's still like 35. I think there's still 35.
Yeah.
Is everyone still
Maybe that's
up and running?
Pardon?
Is everyone still up and running?
Yeah,
Like,
everybody that's inside of the group still. Yeah.
Nice.
And sorry, go ahead.
This group is closed. I mean, once the sprint is over,
Mhm.
this chat's still going to remain open, so we can get all the golden nuggets and the files and the units, and we can still chat.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I haven't talked to Caitlin about this at all, but my vision is to still even though it's not technically in the 90 days, sorry, let me just get this off my screen, is to still keep going with everybody in the same way, you know, so that it's not just all of a sudden gone. It's like, we still have the group, we still are able to chat. We still have that place because we're all building connections with each other, right? We're all being very vulnerable. We're all sharing our whys, our hows, our whats, our intentions, our visions, our answers, our videos, our ads, copywriting, right? It's a very vulnerable space, right? So we're building these connections, and yes, it's definitely going to be beneficial to keep that going after, even just to have that place where you've been through all of it with everybody, right? The people that get you. Yeah. Actually, one really quick thing. Do you guys think it would benefit everybody to set up, now, as I say it, don't let your brain jump, to set up just like a separate Facebook group that's specifically just to practice doing videos? So hear my thinking. It wouldn't be a place where you have to participate. I know everybody gets like, there's so many Facebook groups and stuff like that. But if you feel it would be beneficial to have a place, like I know that there's stuff that I would love to record and put on my personal sometimes, but I second guess myself, you know, because I'm like, oh, that's too risky, or that sounds too like blunt. You know, I know there's people in my family, right? So it's like almost having a place where you can practice that message first and get out your jitters and build the confidence. Because what ends up happening is when we do it, when we get the words out, you know, then we start to build the confidence when it's like, ooh, that sounded really good, I'm going to try it this way. And and then you get feedback and other people are listening, right? Because it's totally different. Like when you're recording, let's say I'm not ready to do a go live on my phone or on my personal Facebook or my business Facebook. So then I record it on my phone, right? Just to practice. But the thing is, the practice is great, don't get me wrong. But if nobody ever has to see that video, then it doesn't really push us to be vulnerable and to step outside of the comfort zone, because this is still comfortable. Nobody actually sees it, right? So what I was envisioning today was a place for people to participate or not participate, doesn't matter, right? It's not adding to the workload or whatever. It's just basically a place where there's still people that would see it, but it's people that you know you're supported by. So it takes you out of the comfort zone, but not yet full blasting the public, right? Until you find your groove in between. So just think about that. Again, that's just something that came to me today. So it's still like just an idea, right? But if we were to do that and we were to post it from our business page, but only specifically to that group, so it didn't show up on our business page, if we found something that we liked, if we ended up doing a video that we really liked, we could then theoretically take it out of the group and place it back on our Facebook page with any engagement that's been inside of the group either, right? So then we can leave all the shitty ones inside of the group, right? Like all the ones we're going to bomb. And then when you're like, ooh, that one actually turned out really good, like I did good on that one, and you're all proud, then you can just take it out of the group and place it intentionally on your business page, because it's going to have your business page name on it, right? And it keeps all the engagement. So just something to think about. Again, like we don't have to, or definitely don't want to like overload anybody with like extra groups or places that they feel they have to participate or give engagement. It's not like that. It's basically just a buffer. It's a buffer. It's a place for us to practice instead of just practicing by ourselves where nobody sees it, right?
I think that's an awesome idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we'll talk about it again.
That too. Or we'll be down for that too.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I know like there's some messages that I really like the last little while, like since I've been finding my voice again. But like I have to hold myself back sometimes, because I'm like one of those people who's like, this is my opinion and that's my opinion, right? So there's been a couple things that I've really wanted to put on video and put out there, but I know that there's certain people in my family, it wouldn't be received well, right? So that's part of the reason why I started another Facebook, another personal Facebook, is because I really wanted to have a safe place where I knew I was supported by intentional people, right? Which I'm still building right now. I don't have very many people in there yet, maybe 25. But that got me to thinking, like, without everybody having to start their own, another personal Facebook or whatever, could we have a buffer zone? Anyways. Yeah.
I
so
like that idea.
Yeah.
Because I feel the same way. There's a lot that comes into mind, and I'll post it on my fan page instead of on my personal page.
Mhm.
I don't have many personal friends on my fan page either, because I want to keep that, like you said, a different zone than where I'm at right now. But I also was wondering, if we post on our personal page, we can select and like block specific people too. Like you can limit who can see your posts too. So like it depends how much time you have on your hands, I guess.
Yeah. So I think, personally speaking, for me, my thought process was like, I want to be able to share my message with anybody and not care, you know?
Me too. I don't care
Yeah. So it's like,
at all.
if I can just practice what I want to say, maybe the first time will be really abrasive. And when I hear it back, I'll listen to it again. I'll be like, oh, that sounds really judgy. I should probably, not be so judgy. I don't know.
Well, it's kind of like when you're sending a big text to somebody and you want to make sure it's said right. You reread it and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
delete, oh, delete. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you have all these different people's personalities, and if you have your message, not everyone's going to resonate with it. But same thing with the big text, right? Everyone will be like, oh. You really care about that? Oh, no. Because there's so many people on your personal Facebook. That's why me just learning not to give a shit about what others think, I've never been happier. And it's true. Like but I don't do many lives or videos on the personal page because it's a different space, right? Business can put anything on there. And people want to hear it more. Personal, people are like, oh, you're just trying to sell something. Oh, Miss Positive. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Blasting my personal page is definitely something I'm going to start. I haven't up until this point, but let me tell you, the next 2 months and onwards, they're going to get it. Like
nice.
in the best way possible, but I'm going to be doing like screen shares and sharing and sharing and sharing and sharing the water demos, the back office, the Facebook, like advertisements, all of it. Like I'm going to blast.
Awesome, Ash. And I'm gonna be right behind you, because like I'm only working 4 shifts a month at my job, but I want to be done in January. Even if we don't have money, because I'm kind of hiding that we are in the business, but as soon as I quit, I'm just going to be like, I quit. And I'm just going to it's so much more transparent, and like people are going to be, what? Krista has started a business? Like it's almost like a secret on my personal page, but I'm going to feel like Beyonce, when it's crazy. So it's like you have a different spirit about yourself. Like I just feel like hidden. Like it's almost like forbidden for me to talk about it. It's like I'm fired from my job that I work 2 shifts a month. Who gives a fuck? Sorry. So
would you get fired though? You wouldn't get fired.
No, but it's almost like restricted
inside of you.
Been hiding it lots. Yeah.
So you have to
anymore.
Well, you don't have to, but with something like that, it's the way you feel about it. It's the way you feel people will perceive it. That's totally a personal thing, right?
Yeah.
Like the moment you decide that you're like, I'm not going to hide it anymore. I don't care what anybody thinks. It's you that's creating your own limit, your own boundary.
Once I come out of the closet of the business,
the business closet,
I also feel like it's going to open up to a lot of things.
Well, yeah, of
because
course.
It's your core market.
Because right now you're cutting off the flow.
Yeah, and you're cutting I have a list
You've
of
got flow, 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 except for there. Brick